Oh, hello there.
This is your first time here. This is where I review a product I have bought, I have no sponsorship or bias towards, and have put through the ringer. Who am I? I've been mountaineering, climbing, and backpacking for over 20 years. I'm the guy who intentionally gets lost in the woods to see if I can survive and get out with only the gear on my back. I'm the guy who buys and tests out all this gear so that you don't have to. Welcome to Short Road.
We have here the Nemo Hornet OSMO. This is one of their ultralight tents. So this thing weighs in at about 1 pound, 13 ounces. So it is quite light. This is a single person tent. In terms of the materials, the fly is the Osmo ripstop. It's 1200 millimeter. The canopy is 15D nylon ripstop, and the floor is the Osmo ripstop, and that's 1500 millimeters. In terms of dimensions, it comes in at 39 inches high, 39 inches wide, 87 inches long. So once you're inside the tent with the canopy and the fly spread out, it's going to come at an additional 2 feet of space that acts as a vestibule. So if you did want to leave your pack outside of the tent, you have an additional 2 feet of space. The setup for this, incredibly easy. Comes with a bag with the poles. Comes with the main tent body. We have the Rainfly cover and a little bag with the stakes. The setup for this is very easy. They created it that way. So as you can see, they are color coded. So you got this neon green, you got gunmetal gray, you have this center point that's going to be basically the top of the tent, and setting these up like any tent, super fast. Clip them all into their spots. Done. So as you can see, this is a Y frame. This does cut down on weight, having only three poles. So when it comes to setting up your tent, what I like to do is first make sure the door is zipped up. It just makes everything much easier. I like to lay it out, just make sure it's not windy. If it is, put a foot down. And then the cool thing with this tent is all you gotta do is take your pole, and you have the green, you have the gray, pretty simple. Lay it down, and then all you have to do, match up these gray straps with the gray. They just clip right on, incredibly easy. Clip in the bottom. Again, this has like the ball, clips right in. Clip in the other side. Doesn't really matter what order you do it in. I like to do the gray side first, just because there's two. It makes stretching it out much easier, just doing the green on the other side. So I clipped them up. So you basically have, outside of the legs, you got 2 clips on each of the grays. All the way along to the fly bar. This is their patented technology. Pretty cool. So instead of a normal tent that would just clip on here and kind of create more of a triangle teepee type style, this actually helps to spread out the top so you have more of a ceiling. It actually gives you a lot more headroom. I'm going to clip on these greens. Again, 2 greens, 1 foot. So again, that's why I save the green for last. Stretch it out, clip the foot in. And there's your tent. So after I have the body, as you can see, this is a 3-season tent. It does ventilate very well. Then I'm gonna grab my stakes. So you can buy your own stakes if you want to go even lighter. I find that these stakes are actually really good. It has this clip and all the lines coming off the tent are looped. So all you need to do, loop it around, stake it in, very easy. Now that we got our main body set up, time to put on our Rainfly. So this is optional, but I would recommend using it if it does rain, and also does add some more privacy. So this one's pretty easy to set up. You can see at the top, there's this gray ventilation section. So if you line that up with the little fly, and again, these are also color coded, so it does make it much easier. So lined up the door, and then once we have that lined up, we start attaching these little hook and loops. So we got gray to gray over here, gray to gray. And on this side, there aren't hook and loops. You're gonna be using the stakes. So it does have a guy line here with a loop already on it. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take your loop, hook it around your pole, push it in. One side there. One side over here. And then once I'm happy with it, that's when I'm gonna start tightening everything up, staking everything down. We still have a few stakes. So the rest of these we are gonna put in. So over here, we have another guy line. All we're gonna do, hook it onto our stake, on and over, stretch it out, stake it down where we like it, and another one on the other side. And there you have it. The Nemo Hornet OSMO, one-person tent. So a couple cool features. It does have this little extra fly. So definitely helping keep rain out. Inside, outside pull. All right, here we are inside the tent. As you can see, quite spacious for a single person tent. So I'm about 6 feet, so plenty of room for a pack at your feet, also at your side, or if you want to scoot your feet down, you can put a pack up near your head. Another cool feature, it has this pocket up here, which is this yellow amber color. Put a headlight in there at night, in the morning, it's going to diffuse it to yellow, makes it much nicer light. You have a whole reading light. It does have a couple loops up here, as well as over there, one over there, if you wanted to hang extra gear. So another thing I do like about this tent is actually the colors. I do find it soothing. Some tents that are red, yellow, orange, they're not my favorite light quality. When I'm inside, when it's bright, will kind of start to affect my eyes. This one is very subdued. It's very naturey. So that is another good feature that I do like about it. So the breakdown on this is equally as fast. Got your stakes. One in the back. All my stakes are out. Canopy clicks right off. Canopy is done. Unclip. Last two. Body done. And then these fold up extra small, so it does make storing them that much easier compared with some four-season tents. Especially, usually those poles are going to go on the outside of my pack just because they take up so much room. In terms of this one, it is 3-season. These are small. That's it, done. Now to pack everything away in the bags, clean up our campsite, and head home. Poles are done. Got our 8 stakes. Make sure you do count before you leave. Very easy to overlook a stake. Then you definitely have to buy more. Done. Next up, we got our stuff sack. So what I like to do, start with the fly, because the fly is going to go on last when I'm setting up tent. So it's going to go in first into my bag. And then I just treat it like I'm stuffing a sleeping bag in a stuff sack. I want to fill up all the space as possible. Do not fold it. There's no reason. It's going to get as wrinkled folded as it is if you just shove it in. Also remember, if it did get wet, that when you do get home or you do have a chance, make sure you dry it out. You don't want to build up mold, mildew on these things. Make sure all the cords are in. I'm going to get it nice and compact for my pack. Rolled it up. So what I like to do, squeeze out all the air. Do a couple more rolls. Cinch it up. You're done. That's your tent. There you have it. Got your fly, your main body. You got your stakes. You got your poles. All comes in at under 2 pounds, about 1 pound and 13 ounces. These can be stored together. They can be stored separate, up to you, depending on how you pack your bag. But final thoughts, I definitely recommend the Osmo Hornet. This is a killer tent. They also have an elite version, which actually weighs even less. Do you need it? I'm gonna leave that up to you. I think this one is plenty good. I've had no complaints with it. It sleeps great. It holds a wide sleeping pad if that's how you roll. So there's plenty of room in there. It's comfy, ventilates great, and it's super light, fits in my pack, and it adds to my enjoyment. Thanks for watching.